In a quiet village, surrounded by golden fields and rustling trees, there lived a hard-working farmer named Madhav. He was young, determined, and honest. Every morning, before the sun fully rose, he would walk to his fields, touch the soil with reverence, and begin his work. He grew wheat, vegetables, and the occasional patch of sunflowers, not to sell but because they made him smile. On chilly morning in early January, Madhav walked to the nearby town to buy a new calendar. The kind with colorful pages, one for each month, filled with quotes and pictures. The shopkeeper handed him one with bright illustrations of harvests, festivals, and farmers. Madhav paid, smiled politely, and began his walk back home. But as he walked, his smile faded. The road back home was quiet, winding through barren winter fields. As Madhav flipped through the calendar, his thoughts began to spiral. What if the rains don't come this year? What if pests destroy my crops? What if market prices fall again? What if I fall sick and can't work? Each page turned felt heavier than the last. By the time he reached home, Madhav had lost his appetite. He sat on the chape under a neem tree, the calendar clutched tightly in his hand, his face full of worry. His father, Baba, a weathered man with silver hair and soft eyes, came outside holding 2 cups of tea. He saw the worry on Madhav's face and sat down beside him. "Did you get the calendar?" Baba asked with a gentle smile. Madhav nodded, but didn't say much. His father sipped the tea and waited. After a moment, Madhav sighed and said softly, "This calendar has 12 months, Baba, and all I see are 12 chances for things to go wrong." Baba looked at the calendar, then at his son. He took the calendar gently, flipped through a few pages, and said, "You know what I see?" Madhav looked at him, confused. Baba pointed to the pages. "I see time, moving forward. Always, no matter what happens. I see January, followed by February, summer, then the monsoon, Durga Puja, then Diwali. The wheat ripens, the flowers bloom, the leaves fall, and still, life goes on." He placed the calendar down and continued, "Nothing stays forever, beta. Not the storms, not the drought, not even your fears." Baba leaned back and looked out at the fading sky. "Do you remember the year we had no rain until July? You were only 10. Madhav nodded. "We barely had a harvest." Baba smiled. "But we survived, didn't we? We planted late, worked harder, ate less, but we made it through. And the next year, the rain came early and the fields overflowed." He turned to Madhav. "The land teaches you patience. The sky teaches you trust. And you must remember both." Baba stood and placed a hand on Madhav's shoulder. "You can't plant your crops in fear. You must plant them with hope, water them with trust, and let the sun and rain do their part." Madhav looked at the calendar again. The pictures hadn't changed, but something inside him had. Next day morning, instead of sitting in worry, Madhav walked to his fields. He kneeled on the edge of the land, took a fistful of soil, and let it crumble through his fingers. Then he stood, rolled up his sleeves, and began sowing the seeds. Not because he was sure everything would go perfectly, but because he now understood. Waiting, hoping, and working, despite uncertainty, is what life is all about. In life, not everything is in your hands. You prepare the soil. You sow the seeds. But the rain, the sun, the wind, they aren't yours to command. Patience is not about doing nothing. It's about doing what you can and letting time do the rest. Worry cannot grow a single plant, but quiet trust can fill a field. So next time the future feels uncertain, remember, the calendar is not 12 months of fear. It's 12 new chances to begin again. If you enjoyed this story and the life lesson it shared, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming tales and timeless wisdom. Every week, we bring you stories that soothe the mind and speak to the soul. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Because sometimes, a story is all it takes to see life differently.